Imagine for a moment that there's a younger version of you, still living inside your heart, holding on to every joy, fear, and moment from your childhood. What if that younger you is trying to tell you something? Something about pain it's been carrying for years. Today, we're diving deep into the inner child and uncovering 9 clear signs that your inner child might be wounded. This isn't just about looking back. It's about understanding why you feel, think, and act the way you do today. You might be surprised at what you discover. Let's start with the basics. What is the inner child? Picture it as the emotional echo of your younger self. The part of your psyche that holds your earliest memories, feelings, and needs. This concept comes from Carl Jung's work on archetypes. Your inner child isn't just a metaphor, it's a psychological reality. Neuroscience tells us that our brains are shaped by early experiences. The amygdala, which processes emotions, and the hippocampus, which stores memories, are deeply influenced by how we were cared for as kids. If those early years included neglect, criticism, or instability, your inner child might still be carrying those wounds, affecting how you navigate life today. Think of it like an old cassette tape stuck on a loop, playing the same emotional notes from long ago. Why should you care about your inner child? Because those early experiences don't just vanish. They shape the lens through which you see the world. Attachment theory, developed by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, shows that the way we were cared for as kids creates emotional blueprints for our relationships and self-image. If your inner child feels unloved or unsafe, it might show up in subtle but powerful ways, like anxiety, self-doubt, or even how you handle conflict. Recognizing this helps you understand why certain patterns keep showing up in your life. Let's dive into the 9 signs to watch for. Sign 1. Chronic self-doubt. Do you constantly question your worth, no matter how much you achieve? This could point to an inner child who internalized criticism or neglect. Heinz Kohut self-psychology explains that our sense of self forms through mirroring when caregivers validate our worth. Without that, your inner child might feel like it's never enough, driving you to seek external validation. Sign 2. Fear of abandonment. If you're terrified that loved ones will leave you, even without evidence, your inner child might be stuck in a moment of loss or instability. Bowlby's attachment theory suggests that inconsistent caregiving can create an anxious attachment style, making trust feel risky. Your inner child might always be bracing for someone to walk away. Sign 3. Suppressing emotions. Do you hide your feelings or feel ashamed of them? Research on emotional regulation, like Daniel Goleman's work in Emotional Intelligence, shows that suppressing emotions often stems from environments where feelings were dismissed or punished. Sign 4. Perfectionism as a shield. Are you obsessed with being perfect, terrified of even small mistakes? This could reflect an inner child who believed love was conditional on performance. Alice Miller, in The Drama of the Gifted Child, argues that children often adopt perfectionism to cope with unrealistic expectations, carrying that pressure into adulthood. Sign 5. People-pleasing instincts. If you always prioritize others' needs over your own, your inner child might be trying to avoid rejection or conflict. Eric Berne's transactional analysis suggests we adopt roles like the pleaser based on early family dynamics, where pleasing others felt like the only way to be safe or loved. Sign 6. Disconnect from joy. Do you struggle to fully embrace happy moments? A wounded inner child might feel unsafe with joy, fearing it's temporary. Stephen Porges' Polyvagal Theory explains that early trauma can keep our nervous system in a fight or flight state, making it hard to relax into positive emotions. Sign 7. Overreacting to criticism. Does criticism hit you like a punch to the gut, even if it's constructive? Your inner child might be reliving moments of shame or rejection. Cognitive psychology research, like Aaron Beck's work on cognitive distortions, shows that early negative feedback can make us hypersensitive to judgment, interpreting it as proof of our flaws. Sign 8. Difficulty setting boundaries. If saying no feels impossible or guilt-inducing, your inner child might have learned that your needs don't matter. According to Gabor Mate's work on stress and trauma, children in environments where their boundaries were ignored often struggle to assert themselves as adults, fearing they'll lose connection. Sign 9. Chronic feelings of emptiness. Do you ever feel a vague sense of emptiness, like something's missing, even when life seems fine? This could be your inner child longing for unmet needs, like love or safety. Psychodynamic theory, rooted in Freud and expanded by D.W. Winnicott, suggests that unmet emotional needs in childhood can leave a lingering void that's hard to name. Recognizing these signs isn't about blaming your past or your caregivers, it's about giving yourself permission to understand your story. As Bessel van der Kolk writes in The Body Keeps the Score, our minds and bodies hold on to early experiences, but awareness is like turning on a light in a dark room. It helps you see what's been shaping you all along. If any of these signs hit home, take a moment to honor that. You're not alone, and these feelings don't define your worth, they're just clues about your inner world. While we didn't cover solutions today, one powerful step is to connect with a licensed therapist who can walk with you through this journey. Your inner child deserves that care, and so do you. Drop a comment below. Tell us which sign resonated most or what you'd like us to cover next.